A worldwide tech outage has affected computer systems across several countries spanning different continents. Blue screens with an error message on Windows workstations greeted thousands of people worldwide. Airports, airlines, banks were forced to go offline. TV and radio broadcasters were forced to go off air. It's turning out to be a freaky Friday as the tech outage grips Microsoft's cloud services worldwide. Microsoft has blamed it on an update from a third-party software provider. This outage is linked to global security firm Crowdstrike and its latest software update. Services of several airlines were impacted by this outage. This includes Ryanair, American Airlines, Delta Airlines and United Airlines. Among others, services at airports in Australia, Spain, Germany and Netherlands were also impacted. Top Indian airports like Delhi, Mumbai and Bengaluru were not spared either. A passenger received a handwritten boarding pass in Hyderabad, shared the image on social media and went viral. Airports across India are seeing long delays and serpentine queues. Britain's Sky News broadcast channel went off air for several hours of disruption, with the presenter saying that the channel is operating at minimal capacity. Well, joining me now for more on this global tech outage are Rachna Dhanrajani and Danish Anand. Rachna, coming to you first. Looks like a software update from CrowdStrike may have been responsible, may have been the root cause. And it also looks like this is limited to Microsoft Windows and not to Apple or Linux. What are Microsoft and CrowdStrike saying on the matter, and what does the road ahead look like in terms of mitigation?
Right, you're right, Ashmit. It's only limited to CrowdStrike and Microsoft, and it wasn't just in India, but pretty much across the globe. Like you said, that services across sectors took a hit due to a glitch in a back-end server run by Microsoft and cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike. Now, CrowdStrike is a third-party service provider, and as per statements from Microsoft and CrowdStrike, the glitch occurred when an update failed to get through. However, the impact was limited only to Microsoft systems as their host. In a statement by CrowdStrike's CEO, only the Microsoft hosts took a hit, but their Mac and Linux hosts have been functioning properly. He also clarified that this is not a cyber attack, which it was earlier touted to be, and that a resolution has been deployed. But this whole incident dragged CrowdStrike's share price by 16% in pre-market trade. But let's take a look at how the outage unfolded globally. It all started on Friday morning for us here in India. We saw the impact coming in from everywhere. Firstly, in the US, major low-cost airlines like American, Delta, United, also major issues with check-in at various airports. But it's not just the airlines that took a hit. In the US, it was also broadcasting networks like ABC, which is a state-run broadcaster, that reported an outage. In fact, in some areas, even 911 services were down for a while. Whereas in the UK, major hit was taken by the healthcare system, where doctors were unable to access systems. Along with that, 3 of the biggest rail network providers were also down. London Stock Exchange also saw an outage along with Sky News, whereas in Australia, the largest bank, the Commonwealth Bank, was unable to transfer funds. In New Zealand, Parliament systems were down and affected, and as it was being tweeted by the lawmakers. Airports around the world like Spain, Tokyo, Amsterdam, Berlin also major delays in check-in and boarding process. Here in India too, manual check-ins were conducted with handwritten boarding passes being issued at Hyderabad, Mumbai and Delhi airports. We also saw brokerage firm services being affected during market hours here in India. These included Angel One, 5paisa, IIFL Securities and Nuvama. However, the stock exchanges were unaffected. IT Minister Ashwini Vaishnav also took cognizance and said that he's in touch with Microsoft and a resolution is being worked towards. Meanwhile, the Indian Computer Emergency Response Team, the CERT, also issued an advisory on this same. And Microsoft also told CNBC-TV18 that a resolution is being put in process.
Right, Rachna, thanks a lot for that. In fact, that certain advisory that came out had referred to the blue screen, calling it the blue screen of death, BSOD. That's the term being used by certain. But let's move ahead with this. Let's also get Danish in. On this outage. Danish, give us a sense, give us a picture of what the airports are looking like. What's the situation there? Seems like the airlines are resorting to issuing handwritten boarding passes. One such boarding pass went viral as well. Tell us about the airline situation.
hours of the morning, right exactly at 10:40 IST, we saw everything getting affected. Slowly, the entire check-in process and the check-in systems of all the airports was affected. And initially, the impact was seen on SpiceJet, Air India, and Indigo and Akasa. But later on, other airlines also started getting affected. As of now, slowly and steadily, the systems are being restored. And as per the airport sources, as and when Microsoft is updating things from their backend, the systems in India are also slowly being updated. So as of now, we are seeing serpentine queues at different airports. And the main reason why we are seeing this queues is the fact that the airlines have resorted to giving manual boarding passes to passengers instead of the electronically printed passes. So right now, slowly and steadily, things are limping back to normalcy. But it will be very difficult to say by when the entire system will get restored. Moreover, the ministers and the ministry has also swung into action. The DGCA and the Ministry of Civil Aviation, they have gotten in touch with airports and airlines. They have clearly instructed them to deploy more and more people on ground. Moreover, due to a cascading effect, since this issue started in the early hours of morning, we are seeing that several flights are cancelled. Just moments ago, Indigo came out with a statement and they informed that many flights and over 100 flights of Indigo are cancelled because of the cascading effect. So it will be very difficult to say by when the entire system will get fixed, but things are progressing in a slow and steady manner.
Right, Danish, thanks a lot for that. And I'd also like to thank Rachna for giving us a comprehensive picture to this outage that we're experiencing. Clearly a developing story. We'll keep our eye on the ball, getting you the latest. But meanwhile, let's focus on the stock market action.